Here's that the billionaire Dr. Dre, the billionaire, this man right here, he's a billionaire. He's worth $800 million. Just think about it. He's worth $800 million, dude. Now, I just listened to Cynthia G's video on Dr. Dre. She was saying that he is a degenerate. He's a piece of shit. He should have donated a lot. He should have given her money. He should have gave her a house to live in. He should have given her more money because of generational wealth. She said that black men don't know how to have functional relationships with black women and blah, blah, blah. Same old, same old. Now, this woman, LaToya Johnson, she's 35. I mean, she's pretty grown. I mean, she's 35. I mean, she's not obligated to get supported by her dad because she's over 20. You know, black people in general, most of the time, black men in general, they do tend to kick their children out once they reach 18. Because they don't want the responsibility of having to provide for the child past the age of 18 or 20 or 22, around that ballpark. The black parents, they tend to just kick their children out and tell them to go fend for themselves. This is normal. I mean, it's not really anything, it's not crazy, but it's not. But the thing is, if the father is a billionaire, a straight up billionaire, and he's still not supporting the child, and the child is homeless, that tells me that he doesn't give a fuck about his child, and that's just how it is, which is, sometimes, Cynthia G is actually right in a lot of ways, and in a lot of ways, she's not right. But let's see what this article says. So she's working a warehouse job and doing Uber Eats, and she's living out of her car. And her father's worth $800 million, but he's not going to help her. And the dad won't help her because she spoke about him in the press. I mean, how crazy is this, though? Like, she moved to LA from California in hopes of finding a better job, so due to her financial struggles, she has fallen behind in her car payments and fears she will lose the car soon. The car is a pretty penny. It's an SUV, blah, blah, blah. She's a single mother of 4. Don't you think that's crazy? The mom is homeless and the children are living with her friends somewhere. That means that the children are going to go to foster care because she can't reliably take care of the children. And where's the father, by the way? Where's the father in all this? Like, dude, the father's nowhere to be found. Like, how is this always the norm? How is this always the norm in these communities? Her teenage children are well aware of who their grandfather is, and Johnson said they can't believe that he won't help her or build a relationship. Yeah, but she's 35. She's old enough to take care of herself. Even though the dad is a billionaire, he's not obligated to provide her anything. She's not entitled to any of his money. She's just the daughter, dude. Guys, she's just the daughter. Just because you come from someone's seed line or bloodline doesn't mean that they owe you anything, man. It does mean they owe you something at the beginning when you were born. But up until you're 18 or 20 or 22, around that ballpark, they are not obligated to provide you any more assistance, to be honest. It's just how the world works, man. I mean, I know a lot of people are different. A lot of parents are different and stuff like that. But her daughter is living in a car. That's crazy. That is insane. The daughter is living in a car. That's hilarious. It's kind of sad, actually. But it's funny because, I don't know, like, what is the personal relationship between the father and the child there? I mean, shit, my dad kicked me out and he told me to go homeless. You know, I was homeless for a while. I mean, I was homeless for a day or two when my dad kicked me out of the house. He kicked me out and told me to sleep in the garden. He told me to go sleep in the garden, dude. Like, he kicked me out of the house and told me to sleep in the garden for one night. And then there was a night where he didn't even open the door for me because I came late from the gym. And I came late. And late is 6 o'clock. 6 p.m., by the way, guys. So I got kicked out of the house at 6 p.m. Couldn't even come back inside because I came back home past 6. 6 p.m., guys. That's not even late. I mean, just think about that for a second. So, you know, a lot of parents are different, man. It's not a single line. It's not like completely one line, one standard. There's not just one standard. Yeah, but why are you entitled to his money just because you're his daughter? I mean, my dad doesn't give me shit. I'm his son. He kicked me out. I mean, that tells me that, like, you can't rely on anybody but yourself, man. Expecting someone else to give you money just because they're your father and they're a billionaire doesn't really make a lot of sense. But on the other hand, if you look at it from Dr. Dre's perspective, I mean, if I'm a father and I have $1 billion and my child is homeless, well, it depends on the situation and it depends on the relationship between me and the child. If that child is a piece of shit, I ain't giving him nothing. Let him go fucking be homeless. That's how I feel. So, you know, she's been homeless. She's reaching out for help, but she's not gonna get any money, which is interesting. You know, I mean, he used to help with our rent and give an allowance, but he told us he wouldn't do anything anymore. I'm out on the streets. Well, why don't you rely on yourself instead of your father, man? He doesn't owe you anything. He's paying $300,000 a month to his ex. But the thing is, you see, he's obligated to pay child support to her. It is a little bit sad in a way, but then again, it might not be sad because we don't know what the fuck she did to deserve this. We don't know what she did. Guys, we don't know the truth. We don't know what she did to deserve being homeless. I'm not saying she deserves to be homeless, and I'm not saying that the father should pay her because he's homeless. Like, why should he care? Like, I don't know, man. Like, people making a lot of videos about this stuff, but in my opinion, I don't know if she deserves any of his money just because she's the daughter, man. Doesn't always work like that, man. Just because you're a child of a dad that's a billionaire doesn't mean you deserve any money from him, man. You guys need to stop being so entitled to someone else's shit. He's old. She's old, man. She's not young. She's like 35. And he has to pay $300,000 a month. That's a court order. He has to pay that. He has no choice but to pay $300,000 a month to that ex-wife. And I mean, that's not a lot of money for a billionaire anyways. You know, $300,000 in 12 months, that's going to be what? 3 million plus 600,000, $3.6 million a year, $36 million in 10 years. In 50 years, that's going to be 3 times 5, 150 plus 30, $180 million in 50 years. She's not going to live until 100, so that's not going to happen. And I think spousal support does have a cutoff date. I don't know how the contract is going, but that's a lot of money to be getting paid, man. But the thing is, she's getting paid $15 an hour as an assembler at the warehouse, and she's making money with Uber Eats and DoorDash. Well, that's it, man. Like, what do you want us to say, man? You got to do those jobs, man, because you're worth what you're worth. If you don't have any skills, any actual skills, any marketable skills, then you're gonna have to work in a warehouse or work with DoorDash or work with Uber Eats or something like that, because you don't have any skills. You're unskilled labor. Yeah, he is the father. That's not the birth certificate. Okay, cool. We get it. She's the son of Dr. Dre, but that doesn't mean you're entitled to any money. Okay. Legally speaking, she has no claim on that money. Zero money. Zero. She has no claim on her father's money, legally speaking, because what there's no legal way that he owes her any money. He only owes the ex-wife money and a new wife, and he only owes the children until they reach 18 in child support. So legally, he doesn't owe her anything. You're not owed anything, Latanya, or whatever your name is. He doesn't owe you shit. I asked him for help and I haven't got a response back from his lawyer. Yeah, we get it. Like, whatever. Now let's see what Twitter is saying about this stuff. Let's see what Twitter is talking about here. Okay, she's 38 years old. With 4 children living out of her car, you can argue that she's grown and blame her for her own misfortune. But there's no way I'm a billionaire and my child is homeless or starving. I don't care how old they are. That's because you're not a billionaire, and that's because you will never be a billionaire enough. That's why you have that mindset. Because you don't have the mentality to become a billionaire, and you never will be a billionaire. And that's why you don't have the power to make those decisions, because you are not a billionaire and you never will be. And you can say, if I was a billionaire, all you want, but doesn't mean that you ever will be, okay? Someone says, if anything, I take the kids under 18 out of that situation. They don't have a choice in that situation. Okay. I mean, I would allege that they do have a choice in that situation. Some women use the kids as leverage to get help or shelter. They won't let the kid go to a better situation without them. Well, of course, that's how you are supposed to. That's a pretty smart way to leverage the kids. You know, that's the only leverage that you have. So what about those grandkids? Then their mom should provide for them and quit expecting a handout. Most parents will find a way to protect their grandkids, even if they have to get custody and let their grown child go. I want to agree, however, when his child filed for divorce, she did an interview saying he never gave her anything and never met her because of his wife. But now she's saying he's paid her rent but stopped January 2020. Sis need to get her story together. So she keeps lying and changing her story. Okay, cool. No way, you're getting a house and a life coach to get you on track, and we're about to make sure these kids are taken care of. Okay, whatever, dude. You're not gonna tell me fuck you and then come to me with a handout. It don't work that way. Maybe you should apologize first. No one would tell you fuck you if you weren't a deadbeat. Blast, you want it? We got it. Anyways, man, tell me what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And I'm out. Peace.